Hey you guys, and welcome back to what we are watching. We have changed it up because I haven't done a movie review in a long time. So yeah, we're just gonna get back into it. Whenever I feel the sprite move me, that's what we're gonna do. But in all actuality, I actually love this series. I'm very excited that this series is back, and we are talking about And Just Like That. Season 3 has started, and we are on episode 1. And I cannot wait to get into it. I hope you guys in tune and drop in the comments and we converse, we comment, we discuss, because baby, all my Sex and the City fans, we absolutely love Carrie Bradshaw, baby. We love all the girlies, to be totally honest, and we definitely miss Samantha. But let's get into it. Okay, so season 3 has started, episode 1, and we are back to where we left off, where big not big Aiden, we miss Big Honey, where Aiden has left because he has a child that has some problems going on, and so he has to go back home, even though like my girl just adjusted and like was getting back into it, and she sold her apartment. So when men say that women don't adjust, baby, she sold the apartment because you couldn't walk back in the apartment. She sold it and started and got a whole new different situation, so y'all can start y'all life together, y'all can rebuild, y'all can rekindle, and you had to go back and deal with your son. Those parents who know who has a troubled child, baby, that is not for the weak, and I am praying with you, because in real life yeah. Anyway, so we picked up where we left off with that, and he told her like 5 years will go by fast.
What?
Aiden asks for no communication while he deals with his family stuff. I'm giving it to him.
And she was willing to do it. So we're in that era now where it's like I'm in a relationship and it's complicated, and I'm waiting on him.
For 5 years?
And to top it all off, there's no communication. What? But as usual, her girls are to the rescue. Life goes on. We are still moving. We are still moving forward. we we are still living. It doesn't stop. So it's like I'm in a relationship, but I'm complicated type situation status on Facebook. Anyway, so let's get into it. Like, we're still doing drinks, we're still going out, we're still having a good time, and the girls have met up for drinks. But at this point in time, they have met up for drinks at a gay bar. We all know now that my girl Miranda has came out and she's living in her truth, and so she's loving the girls. And they're at a gay bar, and she just didn't want to be there by herself because she is starting over in an older woman type situation. She doesn't want to feel like she's left out, so she asked her girls to come, and of course they support her. So she just didn't want to show up to the bar and then nobody hit up on her, because she want to feel beautiful. And if somebody not coming after you, like, you know how some of us, some of y'all take y'all ring off because you want to see if you still got it. Y'all do it. You still want to walk around because you still want to feel like you're pretty, because in this day and age, and handsome, don't want to leave the fellas out, in this day and age, we put a lot of time restraints, time limits, age limits on a lot of things. Like, people don't start over, life don't start over, and life don't go the way that is planned. So yeah, anyway, she just didn't want to be in the bar by herself. She didn't want want to feel like she was a weirdo because nobody don't hit on her like that, and it kind of messed with her. So anyway, somebody is waving at her and giving her a little attention, like, hey girl, hey. And so the girls are like, oh, she's definitely hitting on you, so we're gonna go ahead and leave. And so Miranda walks up to her and is like, she put her little strut on because she's thinking like it's a possible, it's the opportunity. And when she walks up, the girl says, Miranda. And so she's kind of caught off guard. Yeah, we all been in that situation, not just in a sexual or relationship type situation. It's people like, you'll be like, oh, hi. And you don't even remember who they are. So you have to put on a face like, girl, yeah, hey.
Miranda, hi. Oh, I know.
Hi, I know who you are. And so, lo and behold, it's her old babysitter. It's a whole babysitter. It's not even an opportunity. It's not even a situation to where they can they can even move forward. So literally you still struck out. So you bought your girls to not strike out, but you still struck out. So anyway, you wanted to sit at the bar, and the fact that you are a recovering alcoholic, you ordered a mocktail. Mocktails do not sleep on the mocktails. I'm a mocktail girly too. My cousin looked at me crazy when we went out, and she was like, because it's not alcoholic. But if you have an issue with alcohol, I promise you it helps a lot. When you don't feel left out, the drinks are pretty, and it's not alcoholic and you can drink. Mocktails are definitely worth it. It tastes really good. I promise you. They do. They taste good. Anyway, so it moves on to where, the party is shutting down, and Miranda is pretty much one of the only people left at the bar. So she ends up being approached by this lady, and who thinks that she's very beautiful, who's actually being played by Rosie O'Donnell. Okay, Rosie coming back into the scene. She's being played by Rosie O'Donnell, and she comes back and she approaches Miranda. She's at the she's at the bar, and she's giving Miranda compliments, but she also offers the one night stand. I am not judgmental, sweetie. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a one night stand, because sometimes you just want to be touched and you don't want to deal with the relationship problems and issues, or the give and take of a relationship. You just want a nice, quick, clean, happy ending. But anyway, she gets invited. Miranda accepts, and it goes on to another scene. So the next scene, we're checking in on my girl Charlotte. Every group has a Charlotte. Every group has Charlotte is still married. She's the mom, but she's back into the workforce, and she's actually killing it. And she's trying to adjust from being a stay-at-home mom to now back into the workforce. And she is exceeding and excelling. Her kids are feeling it though. They're so used to mom being there, and what's so crazy, when mom was there, they were taking it for granted. Now mom is busy and mom has a life too. It's an issue, but she's balancing it. She's getting it out, and also her husband is helping her, so that's a good thing. But anyway, so she was meeting up with her friend, who is Nicole Ari Parker, who's being played by Nicole Ari Parker, and they're in the dog park. Everybody, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love fur babies, but some of y'all be taking it to the extreme. But I understand too, because sometimes fur babies love you better than actual humans. So she's in a dog park, and she's being accused by this lady that her dog attacked her dog. So basically, Charlotte's dog attacked the lady's dog, and she's like, "No, you're mistaken. That's not my dog. My dog would never. My dog would never." So the lady has created a hate train on Instagram. She has created a hate train in all of the doggy daycares. Charlotte is stressed because she needs somebody to watch her dog now, because her dog walker feels like you don't trust her because this incident has gone on. So the dog walker quits. So she's dealing with that. Stay at home mom back into the workforce. Not nothing too major going on. Anyway, we move on to Seema. Seema is dealing with dating, trying to fall back in love, and she's dating a big time actor. So the big time actor is now on the movie set. He's away in Egypt, and she's trying to make it work. So she's waiting up, and those who know, when you're a big time actor, like, recording is like 12 hours, sometimes 16 hours, sometimes 20 hours. You barely have time to have your own personal life, better yet, a love life. So Seema is trying to make it work with FaceTime calls, and she is laying laying in the bed, snoring in a lingerie, propped up, looking good. Her notification goes off. She jumps up. She's adjusting herself, getting her sexy pose, and it's her boyfriend's assistant. Boyfriend assistant is like, oh. She was like, it's okay. She just closed her robe, and so she was like, let me guess, he's unavailable. His assistant wants to reschedule the call. She was like, no thank you. She hangs up. She pulls out a cigarette. She's smoking in her bed. The next time we come back to the scene, the fire department is there because you fell asleep smoking and you burn your bed up. Luckily, and her hair, luckily that was the most damage, was the bed, and she had to cut her hair a little bit, but it was reality. Like, this is not where I want to be in my 50s, but I also want to, like, I'm trying to get into the scene, and I really like him, so I get it. I understood. She was adjusting. Next up is my girl Lisa, who is Charlotte's friend. She was introduced to the group through Charlotte. She is, I won't say a replacement, I would say a great combination, a great addition to the group, because there is no replacing Samantha. So Lisa is a great combination and an addition to the girl group now. And she was introduced by Charlotte, but she was a stay-at-home mom who is going back into the workforce, whose husband is very prominent. He is the mayor, he is everywhere, and he's used to her being his backbone, her being his assistant, her having everything going on. And so she's trying to balance that still. So she is working on a project because she is a film producer, filmmaker, and she's working on a project that's very important to her.
Oh, it's early.
Love the black splash. And she's trying to balance that out as well as still support her husband.
Am I cool? Excuse me?
So we're up on that, and she's going in. She's worked on her piece. She's stressing about it because it's her first introduction back into the workforce. Baby, the dress. And she goes and she's doing, like, basically they're doing like the preview, and it's kind of an icky situation because it's like I'm a middle age going into the older genre generation, and a lot of the producers now and those who are in high corporate are younger, and so it's trying to mesh, trying to clash, and also trying to make sure that you're pulling in the numbers, because nowadays numbers is absolutely everything. Unfortunately, you don't even have to have good work. Sometimes it's just the numbers that proves that it's good, when that don't necessarily mean that it's good. Anyway, but yeah, so she's into that. She's trying to do a balance because the two people who are over her are younger than her, and so she is doing a piece basically on unsung African American women, and the producers want her to drop one and add Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama is not unsung. Our forever FLOTUS, First Lady of the United States, baby, is not unsung. Unsung heroes are people that you don't know about, and you're bringing light to them. And so she's trying to figure out how to balance that and still be a mom, and still also support her husband, which she feels like her husband doesn't support her. Right. So now we are back to Carrie. Carrie is also the nice and famous auntie. I'm the nice and famous auntie. I'm not famous, but I'm the favorite. I'm one of the favorite aunties. I absolutely love that position as well. I love for my nieces and nephews to run up to me and be excited to me, so I get it. She is the famous and nice auntie from Charlotte's Daughters, and so here we bring in Anthony. Anthony is adjusting. He has a younger boyfriend. He's running his business still. He's adjusting to, at the time, it was a divorce, but unfortunately, the man who played his husband, who was Willie Garson, he unfortunately passed away. So how they wrote it in the show was basically they had a divorce. So he's recovering from the divorce. He's running a business that him and his ex-husband had come up with, but during running the business, he ends up meeting a nice younger male, and he was very attracted to, and it's actually, the relationship is going pretty good, and so he's learning how to adjust in his new relationship. They also meet up with the girls to go to ballet because Lily is infatuated and in love with this young ballet dancer. So, of course, Carrie, who is the favorite auntie, indulges and takes the girl to the ballet. This is during the time when her best friend Anthony asks, how's the relationship going? How's Aiden? How's everything going? Like, because with everybody running businesses and you have adult life, everybody's meeting up. Like, he's trying to catch up. She said she doesn't know.
He doesn't know. He has family stuff. It's complicated.
Of course, best friend intuition is like, what do you mean you don't know? What are you talking about?
Figure what off?
Excuse me? And so she's like, I don't know. And so, as the brutally honest best friend that he is, he lets out, like, baby, what are we doing? That's his problem. This is not, you deserve better.
Family problems? That's his problem. That has nothing to do with you.
You deserve more.
And what are you supposed to do? Sit in that big castle all alone and wait?
And now is not the time, because we all know as women, like, we know what's not good for us, but it's also the battle of, I love this man or I love this woman, whoever you're with. And it's a battle of that. I know I deserve better, but it's also, I love this person, and trying to deal with the balance of, do I want to work this out or do I want to leave? Because I know I deserve better. And sometimes we just don't want to hear it. We just want you to be our friend. And I'm the brutally honest friend, and that sometimes you need to know balance, when to say something and when not to say something. And Anthony is adjusting with that, and his boyfriend is letting him know, like, sometimes it's okay to just listen to your friend.
Oh, you freaking Rapunzel?
Now we're back to Miranda, and Miranda is waking up from her one night stand. She's still in the bed, and also the older lady who invited her for the one night stand is there as well. She thanks her for a wonderful night. She said how amazing it was, and also thanks her because it's her first time.
This is my first time with anyone.
Oh yes, she was a virgin.
I'm a virgin. Well, I was a virgin.
Not even that with being a virgin. She's a nun.
You were a virgin? Yes, I'm a nun.
Not a good time to call on the name of God, huh? Anyway, yes, so Miranda, of course, seems to always be in some sort of type situation, honey. It's always something. And I don't even think she tries to put herself in those situations. It just happens. It just happens for her. It's like, how? Why, Lord? Why? Next up, we go back to Carrie, and Carrie is at home. She's battling her possessed alarm that keeps going off, even though there's nothing going wrong with the with like anything in the house. There's no reason for the alarms to keep going off, but the alarm is constantly going off, so she's battling that. But she also gets off in the middle of the night phone call. And those of us who know, sometimes, especially if it's somebody that you like, you love looking forward to the middle of the night phone calls, because for us as women, because we've been fantasizing about everything, even though it's been indoctrinated into us as well to fantasize about relationships, we want to think that we're missed. We want to believe that you're thinking about us in the middle of the night. Middle of the night phone call comes.
Late night calls? Okay.
It's Aiden, and she's like, hey, she want to make sure that nothing is wrong, that everything is okay. And then it's like, oh, you're excited. It's like the excitement sets in, like, oh, he misses me. And that's literally what he says.
I miss you so much.
She says, I thought it was no contact. I thought we're not supposed to talk, which is something that he asked for. Yes, no contact for 5 years. Reiterating, no contact for 5 years. We're together. No contact for 5 years. So yeah, it's like, I thought you said no contact. Like, it's like we're excited, but we also want to make sure like this is clear. You sure you know what you're doing? And he's like, oh my god, like I miss you, it aches, I miss you so much. And she kind of realizes like he's drunk, got a good buzz. So he has the buzz, he admits to it, and he's saying I miss you, I miss you. And then you also realize at this moment he's initiating phone sex.
Touch yourself. Go ahead.
Now I'm not even gonna front, if it's somebody I like phone sex, there's absolutely nothing wrong with phone sex. But if I haven't talked to you in a long time and I miss you, phone sex is not the first thing that's on my mind. But she's trying to get into it, she's trying to play a part with it. He's so excited, he's going into it so excited, so he blows the horn. He's in the country, he's parked in his truck in the middle of a field somewhere, so nobody is close to him, but he's kind of he scares himself, and then it kind of ruins the mood.
Hey, don't break it.
And so, and also like her cat is looking looking at her in her room. And so he's going to town. On the other end of the phone, he's excited, he's getting there, he is getting to the point where he's having his happy ending. And she's like, because this is just not the scenario. I don't think she played in her head.
Come on, we get back there.
Can we?
Especially with a phone call. I haven't talked to you in months. This is not the first phone call that I wanted, but this is what takes place. And she strokes his ego because she pretends to have a happy ending as well. It goes from that, and the next scene is her trying to talk to him, to call him type situation. She ends up falling. She ends up falling, running, slips and falls. She says the famous I'm falling and I can't get up type situation. She calls Miranda. They end up talking. Miranda leaves, and she also is talking to Carrie about her situation of sleeping with the nun.
My sensors are off too. After you left the bar, I had sex with a nun.
So girl talk is over. They leave, they disperse, they go to Charlotte, showing Charlotte trying to find another, doggy daycare. She's going through that because she has to go to work, so she's trying to figure that out. And nobody is taking her because of the hate train that the old lady has started. So she goes to Lisa. Her and Lisa are having a conversation, and she has the dog with her, and the dog attacks Lisa's daughter's doll. It's actually a baby doll. And Charlotte is like, oh my god, I've never seen him like that. So you're starting to think like maybe your dog did attack the other dog with the dog walker. You wasn't there. But it's like, well, maybe because I've never seen my dog angry, so maybe I need to have a conversation with the lady to, maybe my dog did it. Why she meets the the lady in the dog park, come to find out, here comes the actual dog that actually attacked her dog. It wasn't Charlotte's dog. Charlotte also was like, I definitely want you to take all the hate train down. I definitely want an apology. I definitely want everything to be retracted. But of course, the lady was like, who's gonna fix my purse because you don't want to admit that you were wrong. Yeah. So anyway, we go to the party of where Lisa's husband is having a party. His assistant is trying to keep him like up to date, cool, because his assistant said that the mayor is not cool, and you're trying to reach the younger generation that's coming up, which is very true. The younger generation is in control of voting now, like they're the popular vote now, so you want to relate to the younger generation. And so they have this party. He gets up and he starts singing, and his assistant is upset, he's livid, even though the people in our age group or in their age group is enjoying it, which shows like the kind of disconnect between our generation and the younger generation coming up. So the assistant approached Lisa, and Lisa is like, listen, I have my own job, I have my own situation going. I can't be at your beck and call to make sure my husband's career is on point. That is what you were hired for. And the assistant is like, you're absolutely right. I'm just so used to working at the White House. Ding. She needs to connect to Michelle Obama. And once he said that, it's like, oh, wait, here's my end. So it goes from that to back to, we go back to Seema, and Seema is, her boyfriend surprises her. Her new bed is being delivered after she burned it up from smoking and falling asleep in the bed smoking. Her boyfriend shows up, her bed is being delivered, and he brings flowers, and he was like, oh baby, I miss you, all I see is you. The delivery guys are like, oh, this is a movie. This is straight out of a movie. They're kissing, she's excited, he's planning lunch, he's planning the day. He told her, he's like, oh, the only thing that we have to do is go to we just need one location. She goes downstairs, she's dressed up in her best, she's smelling good, goes downstairs, and it's a minivan full of his crew, his assistant, the producer, and his assistant's assistant. So they all get in the van. Seema is smelling good. Her boyfriend doesn't like perfume in the minivan, and so she was like, it's me, I'm the one that you're smelling, because he is going off like, who is that? Y'all know I hate that. I hate the way perfume smells in a van. And so she was like, it's me. And he was like, oh, awkward. They go to the first set that he's looking for, because he's looking for a ending for his movie. So they go to the first set, and they actually don't show that. I think they show the one where it's like the second spot that he's looking for the movie set. And when they're there, she ends up calling Carrie, because she was like, we missed lunch. He's pushing the reservation back for dinner. I had Cool Ranch chips and a soda. I'm dressed down to the T. I smell good. And here I am realizing that maybe this is just not for me. Now, we as women, and not necessarily just women, it can be men and women, you realize that this relationship, no matter how much I want it, even though at certain times like we're bonding and everything is good, this is just not for me. And you have to make that decision on, do I want to continue this or do I want to leave? So it goes on. He finds the set, he finds the shot where it was like, he's like, this is it, this is great, this is the set. And once he finds it, she says, we have missed lunch, we have missed dinner, I'm tired, and I also realized that this relationship is not for us. You're a good person, you've been nice to me, I've had fun while it lasted, this is not it. And I'm not gonna lie, the scene that he picked was actually perfect. He actually found it, but it's also balance and realizing you should have brought work to your relationship. You haven't seen your girlfriend, you haven't spent time. This is the time when you should have separated. You carve out a day for your girlfriend, and then the next day it's like, I can't see you, I have to work. You tried to mix both and it backfired. She ends up breaking up with her boyfriend, she calls her driver, and she left and walks away.
Great last line. Roll credits.
So we leave Seema and we're going back to Carrie. Carrie calls Aiden. Aiden picks up the phone, and so she's saying, because we've always been honest with each other, so I want to also let you know, like, I really didn't have a happy ending. You did, but I didn't, and I don't feel comfortable, and I don't want our relationship to start off with lies. So now let's try again, let's try phone sex again, and this time, like, I want to be completely engulfed into it. And he can't talk because his son had a bad night, so he's laying in bed with his son. So
I'm in bed with Wyatt. He's asleep.
ends up hanging up the phone. She hangs up the phone. She's laying there because her cat, she put her cat out. Like, she had set up the whole scene to where it's like, I'm gonna give you the full attention because I want this to work. And when she hangs up the phone, she realized, like, maybe this is not what I think it's going to be.
Kitchen door. Oh, God, no, it isn't! The woman wondered what she had gotten herself into.
We go to Miranda, and Miranda is now like, I have got to, because she had talked to Carrie, and Carrie was like, you have to tell her the truth because the nun is texting her nonstop. Every move, every situation the nun is doing. She's also new. This is her first trip to New York. Not only is it her first time having intercourse, because of course she was a nun, um, it's her first time to New York, so every place she's going is like a touristy spot. And Miranda is like, I'm just not interested, and I just don't know what to say. I don't want to hurt her feelings. Carrie, being the friend that she is, says like, listen, you're gonna have to face the fact, and you're gonna also have to be honest with her and tell her like you're not interested. She meets up with the nun, and the nun lets her, she was like, I don't want you to lose your relationship with God over me. I want you, like, this is not what you think it is. Like, for Miranda, it was a good one night stand, and seems like the nun was kind of making it into more than what it was. And so she was letting her know, she was like, no, that's not it. I absolutely love God. You're not going to come in between the relationship between me and God. But she starts singing to her in the middle of Times Square, and it still seems like you're not getting the connection. Like, I don't want to talk to you no more. Like, it was just a nice happy ending for me, and for her it seems like it's more. So it's like, you kind of broke it off, but you kind of didn't. And I don't think the nun actually got it. So Miranda's still kind of in a pickle, right? The next scene, the girls are all together, and Anthony comes in, and he comes to apologize to Carrie, to realize, like, as a best friend, like, you were mad with me. I'm so sorry. Like, I overstepped my boundaries. I just care about you, but I want you to be happy, and I just feel like you deserve better. Pretty much sums up the whole episode. One is like basically not really giving a recap, but just laying down the foundation and giving the beginning of what's going to happen in this season. I'm kind of excited for it anyway, because I want to see what happens with Aiden. We've been kind of rooting for Aiden because Aiden was cheated on with Big, because she was the side piece for Big, and we miss Big because Peloton killed Big, unalive Big. So we miss Big, but we get it. We kind of rooting for it, but maybe it's just not gonna work out. I don't know. We're still rooting for it. I understand also having a troubled child, so I understand Aiden's part. Charlotte is getting back into the workforce. I absolutely love that for her, as well as Lisa. Miranda is just trying to figure it out. She's newly divorced, coming out as a lesbian, and then figuring out how to work that out, as well as overcoming alcoholism and being addicted to alcohol, and balancing life out with that. I'm excited for the girls. I'm excited for this season. Drop down in the comments. Let's talk about it. And just like that, this one is over.